And this is KSUT. Time now for our regional newscast. As another heat wave sets in across the West, the Mountain West News Bureau's Murphy Woodhouse reports on new research that finds they dramatically impact wildfire growth.
It may sound obvious that hotter weather fuels wildfires, but some of the details of the relationships between heat waves and wildfires are eye-popping.
Heat waves are actually associated with close to half of all the wildfire burned area in the western U.S. over the past 25 years.
That's Dmitry Kalashnikov, lead author on a paper recently published in the journal Science Advances. There are significant regional variations in the findings, as seen in the grass and shrublands of the Idaho, Oregon, Nevada tri-state area.
2/3 of the burned area in those areas is actually heat wave related.
That region has seen intense burning recently and is expected to be heavily impacted by the heat wave. Because human-caused climate change is making heat waves more frequent and intense, Kalashnikov says aggressive action to reduce the burning of fossil fuels is the most important policy response. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Murphy Woodhouse.
Some hikers are choosing to commemorate Colorado's 150th birthday tomorrow on top of the state's 14ers. KUNC's Emma Vanden Einde talked with one participant about the high-altitude celebration.
It's a long hike, around 12 miles total and more than 5,500 feet of elevation gain to get to the peaks of Mount Belford and Mount Oxford near Buena Vista. But Theo Lubke with Colorado Mountain Club says it's a reminder of how hard Colorado has worked to preserve nature's beauty for everyone.
The fact that we've devoted the resources to be able to have so many people access our natural resources in a way that does not deplete the resources and saves them for the next generation is an incredible legacy for the state and something that I think everybody who lives in Colorado should be proud of.
Lubke and a group of 8 hikers will start their ascent in headlamps to get an early run. Once they get to the top, they'll salute Colorado with a flag for the 150th celebration. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Emma Vanden Einde.
Colorado's new law to restrict the purchase of semi-automatic weapons goes into effect tomorrow. For the Colorado Capital News Alliance, Benta Birkeland has more.
Colorado's new law requires people to get a permit to buy most semi-automatic firearms, take a safety training course, and a test. The law isn't retroactive and only applies to purchases of these weapons moving forward. It also bans rapid-fire conversion devices like bump stocks. Democratic backers say it will help keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of violent individuals. Opponents say it violates the Second Amendment and won't make communities safer.
The Red Cross has declared a national blood supply crisis. The organization says blood donations fell to a 4-year low this summer. The Mountain West News Bureau's Yvette Fernandez has more on how extreme heat is a factor.
Much of this summer, extreme heat has hit the West. Phoenix and Las Vegas are bearing the brunt with temperatures in excess of 115 degrees. Extreme heat is affecting blood donations, says Rachel Flanagan with the Southern Nevada chapter of the Red Cross. And other environmental issues like air quality and flooding are complicating the situation. People are simply venturing out less.
We are compounding those factors with things like wildfires and monsoon flows that are creating flooding conditions. And the factors build upon each other, which actually prevent people from getting to a blood drive.
Blood donations fell by 25% during June, according to the Red Cross. Their analysis shows there's less than a 1-day supply of type O positive blood, which is the most common blood type used in transfusions. Yvette Fernandez, the Mountain West News Bureau.
The Bureau of Reclamation has allotted $100 million for Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, and New Mexico for conservation programs. That's while the 7 states that use the Colorado River are still deciding how to divide less water in the face of intensifying drought. Rocky Mountain Community Radio's Caroline Yanez has more on what Colorado could do with the money.
Colorado officials want to use their portion of the money to pay water users to cut their water use. State officials are hoping that all water users, and not just agriculture, which uses the largest share of Colorado River water, will participate in the program. Amy Ostick oversees interstate deals for the Colorado Water Conservation Board. She's hopeful the program will be effective, but says they don't want to commit to a specific goal for conserved water.
We've always been very open about the fact that we cannot guarantee a certain amount of water will be conserved in a given year because we don't know how much water our water users are going to get. We can't conserve water that we're not getting in the first place.
Colorado and its fellow upper basin states have maintained they can't commit to specific cuts during Colorado River negotiations without knowing how much water they'll get from Mother Nature after 2026. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Times reports California, Arizona, and Nevada have reached an agreement to cut water use, but not at the same drastic levels that the feds could have mandated. Caroline Yanez, Rocky Mountain Community Radio.
Many indigenous families lack built-in electricity, but on the Wind River Reservation in Wyoming, a new project is bringing solar power to tribal homes. For the Mountain West News Bureau, Hannah Haberman rode along with the crew to check out 3 homes at different points in the installation process.
And this is the one that's applied for the solar here, this tiny house? Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Hallie Aragon lives in a repurposed shed with her 4-year-old and her boyfriend in the backyard of his family's home in Fort Washakie. Right now, their houses are connected by a thick power cord, running electricity from the main house to the tiny one. But she's excited about someday
just being able to turn on a light and not have to worry about the power cords.
Aragon works at Eastern Shoshone Child Support down the road. She looked into getting connected to the electrical pole that powers the main house, but says just getting hooked up was going to cost $2,400.
Because then it would go off of the whole electricity for the whole house, and I imagine the bill would be up there.
So she applied to the Energize Wind River program, which installs solar panels, a battery, and a backup generator. Foreman Austin Hill is stopping by to check out Aragon's tiny house.
We're just going to take measurements and stuff and kind of take pictures of your home and kind of look in.
Hill peeks inside to see what the solar might be able to help power.
Oh, cool.
The Energize Wind River crew is mostly made up of folks from the reservation, and the bulk of its funding comes from a Bureau of Indian Affairs grant. So far, they've got 3 systems totally up and running, with more in the works, like Aragon's tiny house.
See you later.
And with that, Hill and the crew are off to another stop. The Headley House. They live off-grid.
Good morning, Reno.
They've got chickens, donkeys, dogs, and a sassy pig named Jack. Their system is almost complete. All that's left is a few final touches. Jesse Dorothy is in the Headley's kitchen, tinkering with some electrical wires.
I'm a master electrician, born and raised on the Wind River Indian Reservation. I've been at it for over 50 years.
Dorothy's working with some of the young guys on the Energized Wind River crew, who are learning the ropes of the trade.
Just going through and checking everything out and checking the light switches, and everything's working really great.
Dorothy says he hopes the solar program can keep expanding, even as a supplement to those who are on the grid.
If this gets going really great, I'd love to see them on every, the elders or the seniors' homes to give them a reduced rate.
Reno Headley says the new system is a godsend, and that it's going to be nice to just flip a switch.
There's light.
Down the road and through a few turns is Elder Tommy LeBeau's place. His solar is fully set up.
I lived, for well over 25 years without electricity, running water, sewers, and stuff like that. I lived the old way, live off the land, best I can.
Decades ago, he got into a disagreement with a local power company after he was late on paying a bill.
I was gone for 3 months on the Sundance Highway, we call it the Powwow Highway. But anyway, they shut my electricity off for $11.
That didn't bode well for all the meat that was in LeBeau's freezer.
For $11, I'm like, wow, you guys, you spoiled all my food in my refrigerator and my freezer on my wild game.
So LeBeau was wary of utility companies for a long time. But Hill knew LeBeau and told him about what Energized Wind River was up to. And LeBeau got more interested.
I don't have to worry about running to town or to a gas station to get some gas for my generator. So I got to charge my cell phone up and stuff because people forgot how to read smoke signals.
LeBeau's big dream is to get the solar system plugged into a freezer so he can keep hunting and living off the land.